we have a female referee. Her name is Lori.
Her name is Lori.
Yes.
There we go. And we are back ready again. This time we've got a semifinal matchup between the Rain and the Mambas. Mambas sponsored by Number One Bar, Number One on Fifth Avenue. That's a bar in town. And Rain is sponsored by, I forgot.
Park and Rec.
Park and Rec. Yeah, thank you. So welcome back to our coverage here. He's Joel Trambley and Rich Segal, and I'm Roman Jimenez, and we are the Cloud Sports Network. Here at the SDAFFL Flag Football Championship Weekend. We've got a pretty good game so far, an upset already.
We saw an upset in the game that we just did, the 12 o'clock game, where the Rain held court, if you will. They're playing. This is, I think, this will be their fourth game today, and they just upset the Number One Fury 33-14. Officials are out on the field right now with the captains and will determine who will get the ball first. We saw a very impressive performance by the Rain. Their passing game was just, well, of course, most of this is passing anyway, but Moran to Sean Graham and Moran to Darius Walters, and they also played well on defense. They had 4 interceptions.
They did, and I think Mike Gassaway on the Fury team probably was their defensive MVP with the most pulls, but that's because they kept targeting the guys over on his side of the cover 2 defense.
That's correct.
They did. He did make some amazing plays, but in the end it just wasn't enough to get them, and so the number 1 seed is out. So it's going to be a little bit open here. The team in green, Number One on Fifth Mambas, they had a very close game coming in here where they were holding on defensively. A touchdown would have scored, but they managed to pull the defensive stop there out at the end and continue on in the tournament.
Which kind of goes to what you were saying, where if you can just get one stop, that might be enough.
One stop might be enough. This is, as Rich was saying, a very much a game about offense. We won't call it an offensive game.
It's offensive, but not offensive.
There we go.
So the Mambas and the Rain, they're still trying to determine who will get the ball first, and I think I can't tell who.
There was a coin
toss,
there, and the rules have changed yearly to try to get it down to whether you have to say you are deferring or you're just kicking or you're just receiving, and they'll sort that out, and we'll see. And they'll line somebody up with a ball on a 30-yard line, and then some people in between the 30 and the 40 to receive,
and then we'll know. Now the Mambas are helmed by team captain Mike King, or King Mike, and the Fury team is helmed by Brian Don. Both of these players have played in the SDAFFL for a very long time.
All right. So we're about to see who's going to get the ball first. Our semifinal, this is one of 2 semifinal games that will be going on to determine the championship game, which will be at approximately 3 o'clock. But given that this game was supposed to start at 1:30, we may be delayed by 3 o'clock a little bit. So dinner plans will be put on hold.
And we're going to flip the camera around now and get on with our coverage.
Please enjoy the game, everyone. So the Rain will kick off. That means that the Mambas will get the ball first.
And so the lineup here is 7 players on the 30-yard line with the kicker, and then 4 between the 30 and the 40, and a few back for the receiving team.
That's a very short kick that went out of bounds. The kick by Daniel Posey, and so good field position for the Mambas to start their first possession of the game.
And it's actually something of a luxury to have a great punter on your team. It's not something a lot of people get to do. Some of the best ones actually played soccer before football, because a lot of football leagues don't actually punt that often. And in fact, in these games, it's rare to see punts during the game, so you really see the kickoffs, and that's about it. But that kickoff was brought to you by Optimize You Now, a health and wellness center.
Now, the referee just called a procedure penalty against the defense. Is that because the ball went out of bounds? Okay.
The kickoff cannot go out of bounds.
Ball at around the 30-yard line. Here's the first pass of the game, and it is caught. The pass completion to Omar Robles. And that goes for a short gain of about 3 or 4. And it'll bring up second down.
And we're going to take a minute to tell you about Optimize You Now. That kickoff was brought to you by them. If you want to perform at your peak, then you want Optimize You. Offering a portfolio of services aimed at maximizing your health and wellness. Check them out at optimizeyounow.com. All one word, optimizeyounow.com.
On second down, here's another pass coming, and again, it's the left side cutting back in the middle. The pass was intended for Omar Robles. He had it and dropped it, and that'll be third down.
Little bit of surprise there from Omar. It does happen. In that first game that they played, he was probably their main receiver, and he made some amazing catches.
Quarterback looks to be Edgar Ramirez. Here is third down and about 7. Ramirez to throw to the left side. The pass is caught by Keith McGonigal. And he comes up shy of the first down.
All right, we are looking at fourth down here. The team, again, can punt, but it is extremely rare that they punt. And the umpire, Lori, is saying regular.
It is fourth down and 2. And a pass coming. Roll to the left side. A run to the left side. And holding the ball out, and that is 0. You were right. The quarterback is Derek Klein, so I apologize for that. But his run is good for a first down and will move the chains.
And you may have noticed there that he held the ball well out in front of him as he ran. The spot should technically be where the ball is when the flag is pulled, not where the flag is pulled. So he was trying to make sure he could get an extra few feet to get that first down. It turned out they missed his flag, and he got much more than that.
So he got the ball down to the 31-yard line. It'll be first and 10. Says go. Everyone out in the pattern. He is looking now, posed long to the left side, and caught! It is caught for a touchdown.
And there is Omar Robles again. Had dropped that one earlier, but like I said, that's a bit of a surprise. That's usually what you see Omar doing. Deep threat and also a threat from the slant in a crossing pattern.
So it is 6-0 for the Mambas on the first possession.
And that's how fast you can score in this league.
Nice pass, nice spiral by Derek Klein. And it looks like they're going to go for 1. I wouldn't be surprised if he looks for Robles again. Okay, this is the try for the extra point. Klein setting his flags correctly. Now he's looking. He goes to the left side and incomplete. Is that Robles down there? It looks
and
like
that was Robles again.
Okay,
yes,
so
he was trying to get it in turn, but the coverage was good, and he couldn't quite haul that in. And so we're going to be at 6-0 Mambas. We mentioned early on that this is at least the third game for the Reign.
Yes.
And they certainly are coming in with momentum, having beat the number 1 seed, but they may also start to have some fatigue.
I will tell you that this is the third game that I've seen them play, because we saw them play a game before we came on there, but there was a game that they played before that on field, I believe that's field B. So this is at least their fourth. Here's the first pass for Corey Moran, and his pass was intended for Sean Graham. It's incomplete. Sean Graham came up big in there, went over the Fury. First pass of the day for Moran, for this game for Moran, again, falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Hello to all of you that are watching. We are in La Jolla at Nobel Athletic Field.
And these are new fields this year. For a long time, the Football League played at a place called Doyle Elementary, but this year we were able to move.
Here's a pass deflected and intercepted. The interception by Jeremy Stumches. The pass was intended for Darius Walters. It was knocked up in the air, and then Stumches came down with it, and it is a first down, and the Mambas look to increase their lead early.
And there was some contact there, but it wasn't anything that seemed to be a foul, and you could see the referee calling right away that was a catch and an interception.
The ball looks to be at the 19, 18-yard line. So Derek Klein calls the signal, and on first down, he drops to throw. Quick throw to the left side is caught by Keith McGonigal, and that goes for a gain of around 6 or 7 to bring up second down.
And having watched the Mambas for a game before, I would say to keep your eye on number 7 and number 8. Those are going to be your two big receivers. They're going to do some fly routes, and they're also going to do a lot of crosses and slants. Now, I'm talking about that while we have a minute.
Yeah.
When you're practicing, so I was a player in this league for a number of years, and we do what's called a route tree. And so you're running ins and outs, and then there are some slants that are right off the line, and then there are some posts that go down for a little while, and then you turn. So watch for that. There's number 7 there coming across the middle.
Here's Derek Klein, rolls to the left side, now will run, and it looks like he gets a first down and then runs out of bounds. Inside the 20, no, inside the 10.
And we mentioned...
Trying to see that cone over there. It's inside the 10. So it's first and goal at around the 7.
Yep. And you mentioned early on in our setup segment that this was a game with a lot of passing. It is, but each quarterback can use one run per each series, not each 4 downs, but each offensive series. So that run is gone now. He will only be passing, but he can do very short passes, and then the receiver can run right after that. You may see some shuffle passes or some underhand passes like we saw from the Rain in the last game.
All right, thank you. First and goal, Klein to throw. Flag comes down, or that's an airplane. Klein running the ball. It looks like he may have lost yardage. Tackle made, or the pull by Andrew Battaglia.
And he can still run around like that. He did not pass the line of scrimmage. Where I saw him, he was still behind the 10, and we know that this is first and goal. So he didn't cause a foul in that regard. I believe they called him out of bounds or flag dropped, but that's what you see. If he crosses that line having used his run, it's going to be a foul. So he has to scramble around a lot like that.
There's a young child that is playing with a plane over there, and it came down. It looked like the official had thrown his beanbag, but it was just an errant plane. It is second down and goal at the 10. Klein looks to throw again. He comes over the middle, and in the end zone, caught is King Mike. Touchdown.
And just like that, it is 12-0 Mambas.
12-0.
And for those who watched our first game that ended, I believe, 33-14, that's not a high score for these games. Especially when with two teams with good offenses get going, it's not surprising to see both teams in the 30s and maybe even making it to the 40s. But just that one stop, that one interception, and now they've got a 2-touchdown lead.
It looks like they're going for 2 from the 10-yard line. Klein to throw. He is looking. He is running to the right side. Now gets his pass away, and he just throws it into the ground more or less. It was not a good pass at all. And so it is 12-0 with the Rain about to take over at their own 15-yard line.
And often you'll see that if they miss one, they'll go for 2 to try to get back to that sort of touchdown and a point after for 7 and keep it at 7s and 14s. The other thing to mention there is that the quarterback, Klein, could have run. The idea that a run goes for the whole series is the offensive series to the touchdown. They get their run back for the extra point.
So Corey Moran will bring his team out. This will be their second possession. And he says go. Everybody goes out into the route. Here's a quick pass to the left side. That ball was incomplete, intended for Sean Graham, but actually it looked like King Mike had a better shot at it than Sean Graham did.
Little bit of deflection, almost right into his hands for another interception. There's just a tiny bit off here between the receiver and the quarterback, which was not true at all in the last game. So wouldn't surprise me if they work that out and we see some more amazing catches by number 8.
All right, second down and 10, the ball at the 15-yard line. On this play, Moran to throw. He is looking. Good coverage in the defense. The pass comes out to the left flat, and it is caught by Daniel Posey, who is running down the left sideline, gets past the 40, inside Mambas territory, and then Derek Klein with the pull at around the 39-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
That was a first down and then some. Nice running, got the ball and turned it up. And that can happen a lot in this game too. Short passes that become long plays.
So that completion about 26, 27 yards. Ball about, again, at around the 39-yard line, maybe the 38. But it's directly in front of us. It'll be 1st and 10 as the Reign looks to strike. They are trailing early on, 12-0.
Nice run, Danny.
Here's a pass by Moran, intended and caught by Darius Walters. Just outside the 30 at about the 32, 33-yard line.
Looks like he just got that one out. I think he only had one blocker. They had more receivers in the field, but 2 rushers were coming right at him. So it was a great throw to get that out and to get it out to an open player.
So we'll call it the 34 as we look at the down marker across the field. He is standing behind the line judge, and so here we go with 2nd down. Moran to throw. Looks again. He gets a pass away. The pass is caught by Sean Graham, who got hit by Derek Klein. That's Derek with the pull, but that looks to be good enough for another first down for the Reign. And it'll be 1st and 10. And we'll see where they mark the ball.
Looks like it's going to be right around the 20 here.
And they're setting the down markers.
And we should mention, and for viewers who might not have watched our first game, that what those are little pucks there. They're just called pucks. They are like hockey pucks. And they mark the line of scrimmage and then the line where rushers have to start behind.
Corey Moran with a long pass into the end zone. Is it caught? It is caught by Darius Walters.
Good coverage there, actually, by number 7, Keith McGonigal, but just over his hands and through.
So that's the first score of this game for the Reign. They trail 12-6.
And that is another touchdown. And touchdowns for this game are brought to you by Southpaw Vet. They are a vet in San Diego, proud to say they're gay owned and operated. Southpaw Vet is your locally owned pet care center with high quality doctors and pet loving staff. At Southpaw Vet, they know your pets are family and they care for them just like their own. Visit their Mission Valley location or on the web at southpawvetsd.com. One word, southpawvetsd.com.
Tom, are you Mitch? Yeah, I'm Steve Cramsey. I was the one that kind of arranged all this together, so that's why I'm like.
So the ball will be spotted. It looks like they're going for 1. Let's see. On this play, Miranda throw, looking into the middle of the end zone, and the pass is intercepted in the middle of the end zone by Derek Klein.
And so that try was no good, and we should probably talk about that for a second. Again, after the touchdowns, which are worth 6 points each, they are offered the chance to go for 1 or 2 on the extra play. 2 points, 10-yard line, 5 points from the 1-yard line. As we mentioned, they do get their run back. You can run that back, and I was a little surprised he didn't, but it looked like his flag had come off already. So
Okay.
I don't know if it was pulled or fell, but he was probably not going to get the points for running that one all the way back.
So the Reign comes back after the second touchdown by the Mambas, and they reduce the deficit from 12-0 to 12-6. It will be the Mambas ball, their 3rd possession.
And this is the worst starting position they've had because they got that penalty on the kickoff and then that interception. So this is the furthest down the field they will have had to go.
And the start at the 15. Here's Klein to throw. Fake the pass to the right side, now rolls to the left, and he is going long down the left side. The pass is caught by Jeremy Stumches. Inside the 20 to around the 18. That's about a 47-yard reception. It'll be 1st and 10. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Stumpges? Stumpges.
And so that actually 2 receivers back there snuck through the coverage. One was running with the safety, Darius, and I thought Darius had him pretty well covered, but the other one a little bit further from us on that side of the field, snuck in behind the defense there to grab that.
Yeah, that was a great, a nice throw by Derek Klein. I think he's only thrown one incomplete pass today. Here's his pass again. This is out to the left flat, and it is caught by Chris Booth. Flag finally pulled inside the 10. It'll be first and goal.
And that's why they call it flag football. You got to pull the flags. It looked like he might have gotten stopped about 7 yards before where he did, but they missed his flag. He looked down and saw it or heard his teammates yelling run, and he just kept going.
It is first and goal at around the 8. So the Mambas strike back quickly, starting at the 15. They've driven inside the Reign 10. Behind the accurate throws of Derek Klein. And he looks to the right side. Now he's going to run. The flag not pulled. And then he was going to fake a backwards lateral, it looks like, but he had his flag pulled before that. He gains about 2 or 3. Second and goal.
And with that gain, that is probably enough that he does not have another run. Sometimes if it's less than a yard or clearly so, the refs may say it was behind the line of scrimmage, but I think he clearly crossed the line, so I think that will be the end of his run. So this is going to be passes here on out for however many downs or the next 4 or 5 yards here.
You break the huddle. It is second down and goal to go.
What that does for the defense is you can choose not to rush and have your rushers play defense in the back because the quarterback can't score now.
Okay. Klein to throw. Looks to the right side. Pass is caught. Touchdown!
And I believe that is King with the reception.
It is indeed King Mike, the captain of this team. It is now 18-6. They have not been successful in their 2 tries for extra point. They'll try their third one here. And they send double wides to either side. McGonigal outside of Stumpkes, and then there are 2 on the left, including Robles. A throw coming, a pass incomplete. The pass was intended for Omar Robles. Pass was a little bit low. Would have been a great reception if he had been able to catch it. There was coverage on the play by Brian Don.
So we do want to take a moment now to welcome our audience at Flicks. Flicks is one of the local bars in the LGBT community in Hillcrest, and they are broadcasting our Cloud Sports games to the audience at Flicks. It's
well,
very
thank
exciting.
you.
Thank you, Flicks. Owner Jeff Jackson, a friend of the football and softball leagues, thank you so much, and thank you for watching at Flicks.
So I believe this will be the 3rd possession for the Reign. They now trail by 12 again. Second time they've trailed by 12.
And they are starting at the 15, which is where you're going to start every offensive series except the kickoff, as long as there's not a penalty involved.
Moran's pass intended for Macy Douglas was a little too far and low, so she doesn't come up with it. It's second down and 10. She and Sean Graham in the vicinity of the ball, but the fall fell incomplete. Second down. Ball at the 15. Moran to throw again. He is looking to the right side, and the pass is caught by Darius Walters.
Going to be close to a first down. Let's see.
Quick flag pull resulted in no yards after the catch.
I believe Lori, the white hat, called first down. Chains are moving. It's a first down.
That's right. We see the line judge motioning, and so we have a 1st and 10 just inside the 30-yard line. Have to be close to around 10 minutes to go in the first half of an 18-6 Mambas lead. Moran to throw. He is looking over the middle. The pass is deflected and caught, or bobbled and caught, and a nice catch by Daniel Posey.
Way to go, Dan!
And that's going to be another first down. Chains are moving here.
Ball at the 37-yard line.
Ron has the pucks. Again, this second puck that he is setting, the rushers have to start their rush behind that. You can see there are players ahead of it, but that player can't cross the line until one of the rushers behind the puck does so.
And so here's Moran to pass again. His pass is over the middle. It was intended for Steven Lopez. It's incomplete.
He was under a little pressure there
Yeah.
as the rusher, number 80, broke through. That looks like a Jamie
Canepa. It was a tight pass. He tried to throw it into tight coverage. And the result of the play is just an incompletion. It'll be 2nd down and 10 at about the 37-yard line.
And they're huddling and getting to the line. No hurry up here. Not surprised given how many games they've played today. They probably need to take little breaks in between.
Yes. On 2nd down, Moran to throw. He goes long to the right side. And the pass intended for Darius Walters is a little too long and incomplete. So 3rd down.
And we'll probably be talking about the clock. Just to mention, these are 30-minute halves. From the kickoff, the clock runs straight through most of the time for 28 minutes. The referees will tell us when we get to the 2-minute warning, and at that point, the clock will stop for things like incomplete passes and players going out of bounds.
This is going to be a 3rd down play, 3rd and 10. You're right, they do look a little bit slower, don't they?
It's hard to tell whether it's great coverage by the Mambas or they're a little slower than the backward pass.
And so Walters is now looking, and he has Rainier over the middle, and a flag pulled by 23 Jeremy Sumshes. That was another. They did this in the previous game.
I was going to mention that too. They did. That is something they did for, I believe, a touchdown, and tried again from an extra point with a backwards pass to number 1, who then threw it forward, and it did catch the defense napping.
So Darius Walters, I think, is 2 for 3.
I think he is
in
2
a
for 3.
non-quarterback position. So he gets his team a 1st down with that completion to Chris Rainier.
And the other way I could tell their surprise is he had a lot of time to throw that ball. It looked
He
like they weren't
did.
sure whether to leave their coverage or to come after him.
All right, here's Moran to throw. Looks down the middle. The pass was intended, I think, for Sean Graham, but there was nobody near the ball. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Not sure if he was thrown to a spot or if he just didn't get it off the way he wanted to. There was a rush coming on him. They kind of snuck through in between the defenders there. And what you can do is, as a blocker, is just try to get your body and your hands in the way a little bit, but you can't reach out, you can't grab, you can't push people back. So sometimes if they can get a step to your side, they get through.
Second down. Corey Moran calls signals, says go, everybody goes. He looks to throw. He gets his pass away, and it is caught by Stephen Lopez, who spins and then has the flag pulled by Keith McGonigal. This will be 3rd down.
And no problem with that spinning. We did talk in the last game a little bit about flag guarding. You can't use your hands to block that flag, but if you're just spinning or dipping and moving, then that's all good. And what you saw there actually was what often happens when the quarterback is under pressure. If a rusher has beaten the blocker is usually an open receiver and they are eligible. So that just was a quick little dump to the blocker that was probably good for about 5 yards.
So the referee is explaining about blocking again. 3rd down. Rain tries to creep a little closer this game. They trail by 18-6. Here's Corey Moran to throw again. He looks over the middle. The pass is caught. Darius Walters, and that should be good enough for a 1st down. The flag pulled by Derek Klein.
And this is sort of classic flag football, just marching the ball downfield 5 or 8 yards at a time, getting the 1st down. Moving forward, that was a nice little pass over the center. He found some space there.
They've had 1 turnover in the game, and eventually the Mambas took advantage of it and scored their 2nd touchdown. It is first and goal at, looks like, about the 9. Moran, quick throw to the right side is caught by Daniel Posey. Thank you, Daniel Posey with the reception. It'll be 2nd down. Ball around the 6.
And Moran does still have his run as the quarterback. And this is a situation where you might see it, but I'm not sure we've seen Moran run all day.
I don't think we have. I know he didn't run in the first game that we didn't do because we were paying attention to the quarterback's role in that game. So he still has his run. Here is the second down play. A little flip over the middle. Caught by Chris Rainier, and he is in for the touchdown.
And that's a huge touchdown. There is time left in this half, but I believe the Reign will get the ball back to start the second half, so if they can keep it within 6, they are right there.
Yes, they are. So it's now 18-12 with the point after. We'll see whether they go for 1 or 2. They're going for 1. We've had 5 touchdowns in the game, no extra point. They're now going for 2, or would they get 2 automatically because they're at the 10?
They do not. They went for 1 and had a penalty, so this is just a 1-point try from 10 yards back.
Thank you.
And I'm not, usually an illegal block means that they either extended their hands or pushed off or did something moving laterally with their arms or legs that was seen as impeding the rusher. So
all right.
Now we just have a 1-yard try from 10.
And Miranda throw. Gets his pass away, goes back to the end zone again, and this play is incomplete. Coverage on the play by Omar Robles, and so it is now still Mambas 18, Reign 12. And so the Mambas will get the ball back. We will start at the 15-yard line with the 5th possession of the game for the Mambas, or the 4th possession of the game for the Mambas.
And again, those touchdowns in this game are brought to you by Southpaw Vet. They are proud to say they're gay-owned and operated and locally owned pet care center with high-quality doctors and pet-loving staff. At Southpaw Vet, they know your pets are family and they care for them just like their own. Check them out at Southpaw Vet SD, all one word, southpawvetsd.com.
I believe we have 2 minutes to go in the half. I think that's what I heard her say.
So with 2 minutes left, again, the clock will be stopping for things like you might see in other levels of football, the ball being incomplete, the runner or the ball going out of bounds, and they will stop briefly on first downs until the refs get the field set.
Here's Derek Klein to throw, and he's going long down the middle. He has a man wide open and dropped. Oh, he had Jeremy wide open. He got behind, it looks like he got behind Chris Rainier, but he just didn't hang on to the ball, and it's a long incompletion. They'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Great job to get open there, probably in part because if you've been watching, he's not one of the receivers they've used most of the day. So probably got a little bit, was able to get a little head start, got behind the defense, just couldn't reel that one in. Nice ball as well, might have gotten held up a little bit by the wind.
Okay. Which we have plenty of. 2nd down. Again, we're inside of 2 minutes to go in the first half. 18-12 Mambas over the Reign. Here's another pass to the left side. It's caught by Keith McGonigal, and he breaks free, but the flag had come out. The flag had been pulled by Rainier, so it's a long gain to around the 39-yard line, the 39 of the Reign.
Speaking of rain, we are getting a little drizzle here in the booth through the wind, even though we're under a canopy. That first down is going to stop the clock briefly. You'll see the chains get set, and then as soon as Lori blows the whistle, you'll know the clock is running again.
All right, thank you. At the 39 for Derek Klein. Pass was coming again. He's going long down the left sideline, and the pass is incomplete. It was intended for Omar Robles with coverage by Brian Don.
That was great coverage. No hands up, nothing for pass interference. Just ran right alongside with him the whole way. Brian is a veteran player. Started in this league when he was 18 or 19 years old. I played with him back in something like 2008.
What position did you play when you played?
I was usually a blocker. every once in a while a receiver out of the slot, but there were much better slot receivers who we might see later today on my teams.
By now you strictly officiate?
Now I strictly officiate.
Okay.
I gave up the playing a long time. I still can play softball, but you do kind of age out of flag football at some point unless you're staying in incredible shape. And there are some guys out there who do, no doubt.
2nd and 10. Here's another long pass to the left side, intended for Jeremy again, and this time the pass was broken up by Chris Rainier.
Again,
3rd
beautiful
down.
coverage. Probably a little help with that ball, getting a little high, maybe from the wind, maybe from the throw. Pretty good throw, had him, and he just got up there with the hand totally clean, no touching the receiver. Beautiful defensive play.
All right. Now 3rd down.
And again, this would be huge. If they can keep the Mambas out of the end zone and keep this to a 6-point game going into half, they have a real shot to tie it up shortly after the break.
All right. 3rd and 10. The ball at the 39-yard line of the Reign. Klein calls signals and sends everybody out. Looking. Wants to go long again, but now he has to scramble. He has his run. He runs down the left sideline, and finally the pull by Brian Don.
Looks like he got the first down, but it took a lot of time off the clock, and they probably did want to try to score if they were going to with no time left on the clock, but now they might be fighting the clock.
Well, let's see. They haven't remarked that. Where the official is standing, it looks like they're a yard short.
Yep, hard to see from our angle. Probably stepped out of bounds. That's why you have the line judge there. I think that's Jack over on the side, and looks like we have a 4th down. This would be huge if they can get a stop here. And the run is gone, which means this has got to be a pass.
So the ball at the 29, they need to get to the 28, and a shovel pass is caught by Andre Angel, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
Smart play. The only thing you can really do to stop that is pack them in front of the box, even in front of your rushers, and then you're going to almost certainly leave somebody open on the side.
All right, so it's 1st and goal. Clock will start on the snap, but we don't know what is left on the clock. It's got to be under 30 seconds. Here is a 1st down play with Klein to throw. Looking to the left side, the pass caught by McGonigal, the flag pulled by Gorman. Clock stops on the out of bounds. 2nd down.
And we'll see that. I haven't seen the signal yet. So the clock's going to stop on the 1st down. I'm not sure if he got out of bounds or if the flag was pulled while he was in bounds, and that'll be the difference of the clock starting on the ready or the snap. So it sounds like it's going to be on the snap. He must have gotten all the way out of bounds.
It is a 1st down play. And the ball looks to be at around the 12. Klein to throw. Looking to the left side. The pass is caught. And did he drop it? Did he hang on? Nope, the pass is incomplete.
Looks like they're calling it incomplete.
The pass intended for Omar Robles. Go ahead.
You can't strip the ball. So if he caught the ball in a strip, it would have been a catch and possibly a foul.
Okay.
But it looks like what they called is he never had possession. It's an incomplete pass, and we're going to take it 2nd down from the same line of scrimmage.
Okay.
Which was another good defensive play by the Reign.
Again, the ball is around the 12-yard line. They can get a 1st down without scoring, but they don't have much time to do it. Here's Klein to throw. Looks right, looks left. Now rolls right. He's going to run. Now he gets his pass away. And it is caught by Omar Robles for a touchdown. 24-12.
And again, that touchdown for this game brought to you by Southpaw Vet. They have a Mission Valley location. You can visit their website at southpawvetsd.com. That is southpawvetsd, all one word.com.
All right. Thank you. This will be a try for the extra point. We have not had a successful try for extra during this game, in which we have 6 touchdowns.
Getting some interesting cheers from the sidelines now.
Derek Klein's try for the point after caught in the back of the end zone by Keith McGonigal. And the try for the point is good. It is now Mambas 25 and the Reign 12.
And she has not called halftime yet, so there must be a few seconds left on the clock. Interesting
yeah.
to see what the Reign does here. You can always try to throw a deep ball, but they can always intercept it and make things even worse for you.
I think she said either 27 or 37 seconds. So my internal clock is a little bit off. I thought we inside of 10 by now, but we're not. Anyway, it's at the 15-yard line for the Reign, who will try to strike long to try to get that score back. They will get the ball to start the second half. On first down, Moran looks to throw. A short pass to the left side is caught by Graham.
And you can see Ron here on the sideline. He's waving his arm. That means he has judged the flag to be pulled inbounds, and the clock would continue to run. Teams do have 3 times out they can use in each half, or 4 total. So they may do that here. We'll see.
The flag was pulled by King Mike, and then the Reign called their first timeout. Ball at around the 21, 22-yard line. On second down, Moran to throw. The pass over the middle, caught and dropped. It was intended for Daniel Posey, and he had it and just let it go.
It was open
Third
over
down.
the middle.
Yes,
Sidearm passes. Those sidearm passes are a little different, and they can be a little tougher to catch. But he had a shot. It does stop the clock, so if they can get that first down back, not a huge loss.
They try to go with a quick strike. Here's Moran to throw, looking, and he had his flag pulled. The flag pulled by, is that King Mike?
And the clock will continue to run unless they call a timeout.
Trying to see. Oh, the flag was pulled by Matt Wong. Down in about 8.
And again, they can punt this ball. It looks like they're going for a regular play, but even though they've called that, if the quarterback is able to punt and gets in trouble, we should still be able to punt that.
And the throw is looking.
I see
Right side.
April in Las Vegas.
It was an absolutely historical night for all of us who support the gay football leagues in our respective cities, our gay flag football leagues in our respective cities. And I'm just going to read this, if you don't mind, just verbatim. This year in Las Vegas at the NFL Draft, which happened in April, as an extension of its partnership with the Gay Bowl, NGFL, the Arizona Cardinals partnered with the NGFL to announce the Cardinals' third-round pick. Historic.
In a lot of ways, it's the first time a team from a major sports had partnered with an LGBTQ organization on national television. It was the first time an LGBT group announced the draft pick of a professional organization, a professional sports franchise. And joining the commissioner, Roger Goodell, on stage, tell us who it was.
NGFL Commissioner Segal, I can't pronounce
Iwamia.
Joel Horton of the Arizona Arsenal, and Jody Turner, a board member of the NGFL and captain of Denver's Mile High Club, the winningest team in NGFL history.
Yeah, and so the team owner, Michael Bidwell, in a quote, said both the NFL and the Arizona Cardinals enjoy strong support from a large and diverse fan base, and the LGBT community is certainly a part of that.
And wouldn't you know, with that pick, with the pick in the third round, the Cardinals picked the defensive end from right here in San Diego State's Cameron Thomas.
So we've got a clip, actually, of this, so why don't we cue that up, and we'll take a look at that now so you can watch it all.
For the Arizona Cardinals pick, I'm joined from representatives from the National Gay Football League, a great partner of the NFL, the Cardinals, and several other clubs. The Gay Football League fosters understanding, self-respect through their athletes' passion for the game of football. Joel Horton, who plays for the Arizona Arsenal, will be making the pick. Joel, it's all yours, babe.
Thanks, Roger. With the 87th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Cameron Thomas, defensive end, San Diego State.
And we are back. So that was a pretty amazing moment there. And of course, congratulations to Cameron Thomas from San Diego State. Go Aztecs.
Go Aztecs.
Now, Joel, what did you see in that game? Did we see a tired Reign?
It's hard not to think they're a little tired with the number of games they played today. Now, Mambas have played some as well, but I think, the Mambas got some defensive stops, and that's the difference in the game, really, as it usually is in flag football.
Now, we're still it's still a two-score game.
Right.
So, Rich, what do these Reign have to do to be able to advance the ball into the end zone?
Well, before that though, they have to figure out a way to stop Robles. They have to figure out a way to stop McGonigal, because Derek Klein has really had his way. He hadn't thrown too many incompletions, but they have to sustain some offense. They've had two good drives, and they've had a couple of drives that have stalled, and of course, the big drive down here early on in the game when they threw the interception and the Mambas scored their second touchdown, and you thought that might have just deflated them because they were already down 2 scores. But they have to just keep doing what they have done best. They have not thrown a whole lot to Darius Walters in this game. That doesn't appear to me. They have to spread that offense and the receiving core out a little bit more. They have 3 very talented receivers in Walters and Graham, and even Macy Douglas, who made some really good catches in the game that they played against the Fury. So they just need to relax. They have 30 minutes
Yep.
To get this game tied.
Right.
Two stops is all it takes.
And they've got a two touchdown differential. Now, Klein to me looks awfully comfortable.
He does look comfortable, and he's able to, when he's had to run, he's had to run. He hasn't needed to do that 2 or 3 in a series. I think the other thing that's helping the Mambas defensively versus the Reign that we didn't see in the last game is really they have 2 people who can play safety. Mostly coming out there, the quarterback, Derek Klein, is playing the deep safety. But King Mike can do it as well.
Right.
And I think they are covering those two good receivers that we've talked about better than the team could do in the last game against the Reign, and I think that's hurting them. Also, a few ill-timed drops on both teams, or this score might be 30-40 right now.
True, and you're talking, you know, what you're describing there is that cover 2 defense, where you put 2 people in.
Green is to our right, gold is to our left. Green, of course, the Mambas, and the Reign, the gold team. They will get the ball first, and they need to score.
Now, I heard, Joel, you talking about how you have transitioned to wearing the referee caps nowadays. You know, we also want to commend Ron Adeo out there, who had played in the SDAFFL for a very long time and has also made that same transition.
Yeah, there's sort of, if you look at the umpires or the officials, there's 2 types, and sometimes there's some overlap. So you have folks like Lori and Jack and Sean you've seen out here, and they are referees for this league as well as Pop Warner and other leagues. And then you have some folks like myself, like Ron, who have played before and then are playing again, and folks like Neil who knew players and wanted to get involved. And so the players usually like to have former players officiating. I think it's because we tend to try to ref like we play.
Our microphones have turned off, so we'll switch the camera back over as we try to get sound again. So we'll be back in a minute with coverage. We'll change the camera's angle here and again.
I'm just going to act like you. By number 9, Matt Wong. The kickoff by Edgar Ramirez. It was a line drive kick. It stayed in bounds. But a nice return by both Walters and Posey after the lateral will give the Reign a first down at around the 29-yard line, and that's where they'll scrimmage 1st and 10.
And I'll just remind you right now that our kickoffs in this game are sponsored by Optimize You, a health and wellness center. If you want to perform at your peak, then you want Optimize You.
Come on!
Daniel Moran's pass out to the left flat is caught by Sean Graham.
And you can check them out at OptimizeYouNow.com. Looked like Robles came up maybe a little injured. This is going to be the time of the day we're going to start seeing some cramps. It has been a little breezy, but it's still hot and dehydrating if you've been playing 3 or 4 games out there.
Indeed, indeed. 2nd down and 3. Miranda throw. Right side pass is caught by Daniel Posey. 1st down. The flag pulled by Keith McGonigal, but a 1st down made at the Mambas 39-yard line. So they're doing, at least in the first 2 plays, actually in the kickoff as well, gaining yardage, gaining positive yardage, and moving the ball rather nicely here on their first 2 offensive plays here to start the second half. It's 1st and 10 at the Mambas 39-yard line.
And this is a huge series for the Reign. They need to score here. They really can't afford to risk going back 3 possessions.
And then here's a pass caught by Sean Graham, running free inside the 30, and he picks up another 1st down.
And that's looking a little bit more like what we saw in that first game, where between Sean Graham and Darius Walters, they always had somebody to throw to, either down the middle or often very deep.
All right. 1st down. Ball inside the 30. Miranda throw. He looks along to the left side. In the back of the end zone, it is incomplete. The pass was intended for Lee Gorman. 2nd down. Plus a little too high, looked like.
A little too high, but looked like the defender turned the wrong way on that one. He did have a chance if it was open because the defender was heading back towards the middle of the field. But in the end, an incomplete pass, and we're going to start again. Yep, okay. For a minute there, they hadn't changed the down marker, but it is going to be 2nd down.
2nd down and 10. Ball around the 29, 28-yard line. Miranda throw. He looks to the left side again. Sean Graham with the reception across the 5. It'll be 1st and goal at around the 2 or the 1. He ran an out route and caught the pass. So it'll be 1st and goal And so the Reign doing exactly what they have to do on offense so far. Let's see if this does result in 6 and perhaps more.
And this is, again, a place where you might see a run, but we really haven't seen the Reign do that today. So I would expect possibly a short pass.
All right. First and goal, Moran to throw, looking, passes away, pass is caught! And it's a touchdown for Steven Lopez.
And again, that was one of the blockers releasing after the rusher passed him and just being open. That's a hard play to defend. You have to have somebody in the zone or coming up to catch that blocker coming free.
25-18 our score.
Well, the Reign got the score they needed. Now are they going to get the stop?
And it looks like they're going to go for 2. Looks like that puck was put at the offensive puck, if I'm going to call it that, was put at the 10-yard line.
Yep.
All right. So Moran will bring his team out on the try for 2. He looks to throw. He is looking. He gets his pass away. It is caught in the back of the end zone by Darius Walters. The try for 2 is good.
Great catch. Actually thought that King there might have the easy pick, and Darius Walters came up over him, totally clean, didn't push him down, just grabbed the ball a little bit higher than he could.
Climbed the ladder and made the reception, and so the try for 2 being successful, it makes our new score the Mambas 25 and the Reign 20.
And the reason you probably go for 2 there is now you're only down 5. You don't need an extra point. If the only scoring left in this game would be a touchdown by the Reign, that's enough.
So
I
now,
doubt that will be the only scoring left in this game, but if it were.
So let's see how they respond on defense now. With the Mambas coming out to a 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Klein yells go. The pass complete to McGonigal. The flag pulled by Graham. After a short gain of about 4.
And it'll be interesting to see what they do here. You could start to play it safe with those short passes and try not to do anything deep that could get picked, but it's probably a little early to play it that safe. Given the number of deep balls that Klein has thrown, I would expect another couple out of him before this is over.
So would I. The gain of good for 5 yards. The down marker's right at the 20-yard line. 2nd down and 5. Here's a long pass down the left sideline. He was looking for King Mike all the way, and the pass just a little bit long and out of bounds.
Nice
Incomplete.
ball.
It'll be 3rd and 5.
It was a nice ball, stayed in bounds, but just couldn't quite get under it.
Hi again to the people of Flicks, and tell them why we said hello to Flicks.
We are saying hello to Flicks because Flicks Bar in Hillcrest on University Avenue is broadcasting our game to some of their patrons. Flicks is often a sports bar of choice for the LGBT community. Lots of TVs during the daytime to watch sports, and also lots of TVs for dancing at night.
All right, 3rd down and 5. Here's Klein to throw. Looking, now rolling to the right side. He's going to run. He comes up across the 25, and it looks like he is.
It's a first down.
He has
made
made the first down.
And again, that is his run for this series, so it is going to be passing for the rest of the way.
Good arm, good legs, and he stretched that ball out, and so he made the line to gain.
It's probably earlier in the series than you'd like to use your run, but it did keep them going.
Looks like the ball is at around the 29-yard line. Hits 1st and 10, and Klein drops to throw. Looking, long down the middle. The pass intended for McGonigal and almost intercepted by Chris Rainier.
And that's the kind of play that made me wonder if they were going to take it a little safer, because that was really, it was thrown, I think, for Keith McGonigal, but the defense was under it much closer than Keith was, because it was a little long, like that first pass to King Mike.
He was double covered by Rainier, and there was another one back there as well, and I think it was Darius Walters. At any rate, it is now 2nd down and 10. And Klein calls out. He looks to throw. He comes to the left side. King Mike is open. Flag pulled by Sean Graham. He'll be close to a first down. It'll be third down, or is it a first down? It is.
Looks like they're calling it
They're
a
calling
first.
it a first down at the 39.
If you're wondering at home why this is a little hard, what we're seeing is the 40-yard line, and it's a little bit diagonal to us. And that's even when you're refereeing, it can throw off your perspective a little bit, so that's why you're usually going to go with what the line judge says over by the markers.
So the ball at the 38-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. We come inside of about 15 minutes to go in the ball game. The score is the Mambas 25 and the Reign 20. First down. Klein to throw. To the right side, the pass is caught. Pass caught by Omar Robles is good enough for a gain of 2.
And as we talked about earlier, Klein with a lot of time back there. The rush is coming, but he seems very comfortable. You wonder if maybe they'll start considering a third rusher, but then you're leaving somebody open, and there's a lot of good hands on this Mambas team.
They are very talented in the receiving corps. They have 3 excellent receivers. They come out to a second down. Need about 7 yards for a first down. Double wides on either side, and a pass coming to the left side is caught by McGonigal with the flag pulled by Lee Gorman. It'll be third down and about 4. Let's see where they spot this. It's less than 4. It's actually more like a long 1 and a short 2.
And, the Reign are making them take their time moving down the field, but in the end, if they take their time and score, not helpful. You need to get that stop here. So maybe they can pull something off in the next couple of downs. Also want to do a quick shout out to our fans watching on Facebook. Make sure that you are tagging your fames and your favorite players so that folks who know them know that they can watch them play football today.
All right, this is a big third down for the defense. Trying to get a stop here. Here's a pass, and a shovel pass is caught by Andre Angel, and that will be good enough for a gain of about 5 and another first down. They've tried that play twice and have been successful both times. It's a very quick shovel pass from Klein to Angel, and that makes it 1st and 10 at around the 31-yard line.
Yeah, that shovel pass to the center or to one of the blockers is very hard to stop. Again, all you can really do then is put people right on the line to stop it. Maybe you do that 4th down. Harder to do it 3rd down because that's going to give them 2 shots with even more open receivers, and Klein has been doing a good job of finding those folks all day long.
I have to believe, though, that when we talked about this earlier, that the Reign may be a little bit tuckered out here because they played so many games today. Klein to throw, long left side, pass intended for King Mike, but a little bit overthrown. He tried to make a one-handed catch, but just over his outstretched arm. It is 2nd and 10.
Also wondering if anybody's injured. I know, I believe Brian Don was out there. One of the captains was out there playing defense earlier, and I don't see him out there right now.
No, I don't. I haven't seen him at all in maybe one play or maybe 2 plays in this game. He's not on the field now, and I don't see him across the field. Let's see, do I? I'm looking at the Reign bench, and I don't see him. It is 2nd down. Here's another pass coming. Quick out to the left side, caught by McGonigal, flag pulled by Gorman, but I believe he's got enough for another Mambas first down. And this is signified by the line judge.
And again, just sort of classic flag football. No big plays right now, just short passes, yards after the catch, make the first down, keep the chains moving.
And the clock running.
Still plenty of time in the half, especially if they can get a stop, but if the Mambas score, it's going to start getting a little tight on time for the Reign.
1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Klein to throw. He is looking. He passes to the left side. The pass is caught to a wide open Jeremy Stumches, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. So what they didn't want to have happen, happened. They just came right down the field and scored another touchdown. I believe that this is the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 5th touchdown, I think, in 5 possessions.
I think that's right. I think they have not yet been stopped, and that's the difference in the game right now.
They're going to go for 2. Thank you. They're going to go for 2. can see the other game going across on field B, but we don't know what the score is of that. Here's Klein to throw to the try for 2. Has time, throws long and incomplete. That pass intended for Omar Robles, and so our score will remain the Mambas 31 and the Reign 20 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
And again, that touchdown today brought to you by Southpaw Vet. Locally owned and operated and gay-owned. They know your pets are family, and they care for them just like their own. Visit the Mission Valley location or on the web at southpawvetsd.com. All one word, southpawvetsd.com.
And we are really appreciative of the folks that have sponsored our broadcast today. We thank them very, very much.
And again, in terms of sponsors, we talked about Flicks during the broadcast.
There's one. Mambas have played a good game. Both teams have played a good game so far today. Mambas have had a little more in the offensive tank, and especially on defense, but they're going back and forth with scores right now.
Obviously a close game, but it feels like the Mambas have in control from the outset, and that's because I think, as you said, they haven't been stopped yet. So that's going to be up to the Reign to prove that they can stop them at least once.
It's 31-27 our score. Here's Klein to throw. He looks, he still looks. He runs to the left side, stops, is running through the end zone, now gets his pass away, and the pass is caught by...
There's a flag down, so let's see what the call is here.
Let's just see who made the reception. It looks like it was Andre Angel, who I think was the 4th of 4 targets. It's a hold on the offense during the run by the same play they just tried, and the flag was pulled by Anthony Patton. It'll be 3rd down.
That penalty, a huge help to the Reign in terms of giving them a chance to stop it, but still 2 downs to make about 6 yards. So
yeah,
Mambas coming back from that.
3rd down. A lot of people. 10 minutes to go. So we just heard from the official, Lori, right?
Lori.
Okay, she said 10 minutes, and that's where we are. 3rd down, Klein to throw. He sees McGonigal open in the flat, and that's where his pass goes. He gets free of the flagpole and is still running down the left side, and eventually Chris Rainier pulls the flag inside the 25-yard line. Sean Graham had the first attempt to stop him, but was unable to, and that gave McGonigal an opportunity to gain about 20 more yards after before eventually getting caught by Chris Rainier.
Missed pulls will kill you in this game, and that's a great example of how it happens. Trying just to keep a tight defense and maybe get that turnover on downs and miss a pull, and now we're getting close to scoring position again.
All right, it's 1st and 10. The ball is at around the 24-yard line, I'll guesstimate. We're closing in on 9 minutes to play in the second half of a 31-27 Mambas lead over the Reign.
Still plenty of time for the Reign, but they need that stop.
Here's a Klein to throw. He's looking, rolling, and now running to the right side and gains good yardage to around the 12-yard line.
And that's his run for this series, but now they're only about 10 yards away.
And it looks like it's 1st down. The down marker has not yet moved. And the official is trying to get everybody who is responsible for that, the chain gang, to move, and finally everybody does. So the ball is at the 11 or 12-yard line. Inside of 9 minutes to play in the second half. 31-27 Mambas over the Reign. Klein to throw. He looking. Still looking. Still looking. Now gets his pass away to the left side, intended for Sumptuous, is out of bounds, incomplete. 2nd down.
Not sure if that was overthrown on purpose or if that was actually to him, but definitely flew past. I'm trying to see here. Looks like the wind might be helping, might be blowing that way a little bit. So
we had, by the way, a little break in the cloud cover about 20 minutes ago, but now it's almost completely overcast here in La Jolla. We see a little bit of blue sky off in the distance, but it has just been a gray day for the most part here, and a chilly day too, with this breeze that we've had out of the west-southwest.
And Mamba's not in a hurry here, but they need to score. They can't really burn enough clock probably to keep Reign from scoring again.
On 2nd down, a pass to Edgar Ramirez, the flag pulled by Darius Walters. And it'll be 3rd down and about 3. Coming up to around 8 minutes to play in the second half.
One of the things that might be helping the Mambas here that I just was noticing is their center. So a lot of teams will have the center snap the ball and then have 2 blockers. Their center is snapping the ball and then becoming a blocker, which lets them get somebody out in the field receiving earlier. We'll take a quicker look at what the Reign do when they're on offense again, but that may be part of how they're getting this offense going, is they're only using 2 people in front of the quarterback rather than a center who then sneaks out.
Okay, here is a 3rd down play, a shovel pass to 79, Andre Angel. They've tried that 3 times. They'll come up short of the goal line. It will be 4th down. Hold on a minute. I guess it is 4th down, but where the yard
a little bit, so that's why you're usually going to go with what the line judge says over by the markers.
So the ball at the 38-yard line, it is a first down. 10. The official on the far side held up a fist that led us to believe that it was a 4th down, but it is not. It is a 1st and goal at around the 2.
In the end, it is the white hat's call. Sometimes you hold the spot and let her try to look, and she determined it was a first down.
Okay, here's Klein to throw. Very quick pass to the left side, intended for King Mike, is incomplete. 2nd down.
This is a spot where Mama's probably wishing they still had that run, but they needed it to get down this far. But given what we've seen Klein do, if he had it, he probably would love to use it. He's going to have to do this with a pass, but he can still work that same shovel pass. Has worked for 3 or 4 yards multiple times.
That's
Wouldn't
right.
be surprised to see it this down, maybe the next.
Edgar Ramirez has been a very good possession receiver so far. Their center is 79, Andre Angel, who has also caught a couple of passes today. Here's a pass coming again for Klein to the left side, and Keith McGonigal wide open on the left side, scores a touchdown. It is now 37-27.
Yeah, that is a tough one. So we'll see how this extra point goes. Probably is not going to matter a ton.
37-27.
Perspective a little bit, so that's why you're usually going to go with what the line judge says over by the markers. And then, like we've been
So
talking
the ball
about
at the 38-yard line,
and
it's first and 10.
At least once if they want to win this game.
Mambas offense has been
to go in the ball
so
game.
far very
The score is
good.
the Mambas 25
They haven't
and the Reign
too
20.
many opportunities today.
First down.
And so Klein will bring them out. Klein to
believe
throw
they're going
to the right side. The
for
pass is caught.
1.
Pass caught by Omar Robles is good enough for a gain of, on first down, or on the try
2.
for point. Left side pass
And as we
intended
talked
and
about
caught
earlier, Klein
by
with a lot of time
McGonigal.
back there. The rush is coming, but he seems doesn't change too much there. It takes you from a 10-point game to an 11-point game, which means, as we've discussed before, the Reign are going to need 2 scores.
Right. They'll start this next possession at the 15. I think this is the Mambas. Every offense has scored every time they've had
Off
the
your
ball
perspective
today.
a little bit, so that's why you're usually going to go with what the
believe
line
you are
judge says
But I
over
think
by the
that
markers.
the key play in this game
So the ball
really
at the
has to be
38-yard
that
line, and
early
it's
first and 10
10.
interception that took that game from 6-0 Mambas to 12-0 Mambas, because they scored almost immediately after the pick. And that's been the biggest difference in this game. Okay, here we go, 38-27. Mambas over the Reign. And the Reign starting at the 15-yard line with Miranda throw to the left side, and the pass is caught by Sean Graham. Flag pulled by Jeremy Stumpkes.
So we'll see here. I mean, the quarterback definitely has shown us the arm to throw a deep ball.
Yeah.
You can also move it down with catches and yards after the catch, but they do have to be in a little bit of a hurry. Not so much for this score, but so that's why you're usually going to go with what the line judge says over by the markers.
So the ball at the 38-yard line, and it's first and 10. The pass is caught by Sarah Goucher. That's her first reception of this game.
And an important one, important spot, got that first down.
And did she get the first? Yeah, you're right, she did.
And see, if you look at the center there, here's what I was talking about before. They have a center and 2 blockers, so they have 3 people dedicated to the snap and the quarterback. Throw off your perspective a little bit, so that's why you're usually going to go with what the line judge says over by the markers.
Here's a quick pass caught by Chris Rainier, but a quick flag pull by King Mike.
But the Mambas only have 2 there, and that gets somebody out there catching faster.
That play results in about 2 or 3 yards. It'll be second down at about 7. Moran yells go. He quickly throws to the left side, and the pass is incomplete. It was intended for Sean Graham, but the ball was thrown a little bit too low, and he had to go down to get it, but came up empty-handed, and it'll be third down.
They did send Walters deep on that play. He was covered, but we've seen him beat the coverage multiple times today. Wouldn't be surprised to see a ball go his way soon.
He's run a lot today. He's got to be his
Perspective
legs
a little bit, so that's why you're usually going to go with what the.
All right, here we go on third down. Miranda throw, looking, gets a quick pass away, and it was intended and dropped by Steven Lopez, but the pass was a little bit low, so it'll be fourth down.
Yep, just tried to, little low throw, tried to pin it against his leg. And there's
2
our
minutes
2-minute
to play.
warning, so this is critical.
They can't
for the
onside
Reign.
kick, can they?
No, I'd be surprised to see them punt here. They need a score. They're going to need it. They're going to need that first down, and then they're going to need a lot of magic. They do still have timeouts left if they can get it in the end zone and try to get again that one stop.
On fourth down, a pass to the right side is caught by Darius Walters, coming back for the ball and making a diving reception at around the 40-yard line. A critical first down reception, and it is made, and they'll spot the ball at the 39.
Great throw and catch there. I mean, that ball was put where nobody else could get it. He went down, but Walters was able to go down and get it and stay in bounds.
He just does look a little winded. He's literally in front of us right now. But he just made a very big reception to keep hope alive for the Reign. It's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line, inside of 2 minutes to play in the game. The other game has concluded across at Field B. Here's Moran's pass long to the left side, intended for Sean Graham, incomplete with coverage by Jeremy Sumpches. It'll be second down and 10.
Lots of contact over there, but no flag thrown.
Oh, I beg your pardon. That game is still going on. There are a lot of people that are blocking my view. All right, the winner of this game goes to the championship. How many seasons do they do in this league? 1 or 2?
We just do the spring season here.
Okay. On second down and 10, Miranda throw. Looking, steps up, gets his pass away. It is caught by Sarah Goucher, and she gets a first down near the 20.
Another critical catch for a first down, keeping him in the game. Perspective a little bit, so that's why you're usually might not be the MVP of the game, but so far the MVP of this drive.
So it gives you let's say it's a ballot.
All right, there was a penalty for, what did you call it, an illegal rush?
Illegal rush.
Illegal rush, okay.
So usually that means either they push through a defender rather than going around them, or if they started in front of that puck, then that can be an illegal rush. Usually don't see that too much unless there was a sort of go on to there where there was a hut before a hike, which we haven't seen folks do this game. So
first down. A little flip pass out to Chris Rainier, who tries to spin around Keith McGonigal, unable to do so, but he does gain positive yardage. It looks like about a 3-yard gain. Second down and 7. We're closing in on a minute to play for the football game, with the Mambas leading 38-27 over the Reign.
And the Reign are moving the ball effectively, but the clock's starting to become a problem.
It's their enemy. Moran's pass and caught by Chris Rainier, who hesitated before running, and the Derek Klein with the flagpole. That'll be good enough for another first down. The ball just inside or at the 10-yard lines. So barring a penalty, they would have to put the ball in the end zone. They couldn't get a first down. So here we go, 1st and 10, 1st and goal. And bragging rights.
And they called the timeout. I expect the Reign can probably score here, but they're really going to need to pull a rabbit out of a hat on defense to be able to get back in this game.
All right, that's true. 38-27 here on 3rd and goal. Well, they just scored a touchdown. I guess the touchdown scored by Steven Lopez. I missed the first part of that play. But nevertheless, it is a touchdown, and that makes the score 38-33. And it looks like they're going to try for 2.
Looks like they're going to try for 2. Again, they're down 5 right now. Hard to imagine it matters because what they got to do is get the ball back and score.
And on this play, Moran looking to the right side, intercepted.
And he can actually run this back.
It's intercepted by Omar Robles, who is running, and no one's touched him yet. And now he's going to continue to run, and then he gets the flag pulled by Chris Rainier.
Understandable that Robles did not want to just run that extra point all the way to the other end, even if he could have.
38-33.
And it looks like they are setting for offense for the Mambas from the 15-yard line.
So this likely will be the last possession for the Mambas. They won't do anything tricky because they only lead by 5.
You can run the ball once. Other than that, you do have to put it in the air, so the Reign need to find a way to get one as an interception.
All right, 38-33. Who won the game at Field B?
Flick Scallywags.
Flick Scallywags won the game at Field B, and so they will play for the championship against the winner of this game. Here's a little handoff to Keith McGonigal, and he just trots out a little bit for a gain of maybe 5. Here's another timeout by the Gold.
You can use 3 timeouts in any half.
And about 5, he takes a knee, and that should end it.
That should end it.
They'll hug, they'll shake hands. It's been a very entertaining game. The Mambas advance to the championship game of the SDAFFL, and they will play, again, the Flick Scallywags for the championship of this season. So we hope you enjoyed it. The final score again, the Mambas 38, the Reign 33. Thank you for being with us. Again, thanks to the folks at Flicks.
And enjoy watching your Scallywags in the next game.
That's right. And so we will be back with that game after everybody takes a break here on the Cloud Sports Network. Thanks for joining us. For Joel Trambley and Roman Jimenez, Rich Segal saying